The Detroit Red Wings are officially going to miss the playoffs for a 10th straight season. And it's a tough day to be a Red Wing and to be a Red Wings fan. Dylan Larkin put the blame squarely on his own shoulders. Todd McLellan is putting the blame squarely on his shoulders. No one's making excuses, but it doesn't make it easier right now. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. Please click like, please click subscribe, and share this out. Thank you so much for everyone who's stopping by. We're heading toward the 1-year anniversary of when I started the Red Wings Report on this channel. It's been an incredible year, and one of the things that's made the year so good has been the Grand Rapids Griffins. So I know right now I'm already playing scoring reels on this, but unfortunately, I won't be playing any scoring reels from this weekend because the Griffins unfortunately dropped the second game in a back-to-back. They lost both of their final 2 home games, the first one to Chicago and this one to Rockford. I don't know if this final home stand just had the team mentally off a little bit. They were much sharper on the road, and we know what can happen. You want to give a big send-off to your fans at home, and I think the team just wasn't engaged in the right way. But big reality check, the Griffins have locked up home ice advantage for all but the Calder Cup finals. They locked up the Western Conference, they locked up their division. This playoffs is going to be amazing. You have Sebastian Cossa and Michael Postova both in net for this team. That's an incredible goalie tandem. So you have a lot of things going for you, and honestly, I'm leaning towards starting Postova in this one. So a lot of good things are going to happen. Dominic Shine's going to return to the team, and make no mistake, Shine's presence makes such a difference for the Griffins. He really is the captain of this team, and with him on board, with the way Branzig Nygaard has come around this year, with John Leonard, with the defense kind of dialing in, you've got Anton Johansson who just made it over. Shai Boyum has been growing his game again. You've got so many things to look forward to. A healthy Amadeus Lombardi, he's an absolute factor on the ice. This playoff run could just be incredible to watch. So it's going to take some of the sting out of what's happening in Detroit right now, and we're going to be there for it. And I hope we're talking about it for every single round of the playoffs. And candidly, I'd love to see this be a year where the Griffins raise the Calder Cup. But now we have to move over to Detroit. I'm not going to bury the team, and I'm not going to talk about everything that went wrong for the entire season. We have a long summer to talk about that because the Red Wings, they now have the longest active streak missing the playoffs in the NHL. The Buffalo Sabres punched their ticket, avoiding a 15th straight year missing the playoffs. So now Detroit, at 10 straight years, holds that, quote, honor of having the longest streak. Dylan Larkin put the blame on himself for this game. That fourth goal, poor coverage decisions. They gave up a rush to a team that you cannot give up a rush to. And instead of even getting to overtime, you saw a 3-2 lead dissipate and ended up losing in regulation. I appreciate where Larkin's at, and I appreciate that he's not trying to make mistakes, but I would not put this all on him. In reality, Larkin has been playing injured. He came back because he wanted to help carry this team to the playoffs. Neither he nor Andrew Kopp are where they need to be at health-wise. And yet Larkin still managed to get a hat trick recently and have a career year in goals scored. But he made a mistake, and that mistake was costly. When Todd McLellan was asked about it, he said the first goal and the fourth goal were identical. That lapse in coverage. And then he went a little bit further and admitted that since the return from the Olympic breaks, all the work they did in camp seemed to disappear. And what he meant by that was the intensity of the team and the mental toughness. When this team faced adversity in the first part of the year before the break, we saw them bounce back in a way we hadn't seen in maybe a decade. All of that was gone after the break. I don't know if it was just a mental reset. I don't know what happened. I was hoping the rest would have the opposite effect. Larkin walking on air. But again, you really lost Dylan Larkin, I believe it was March 6th. And so this team, they were putting together a stretch without a top 6 centerman. Andrew Kopp is still hurt. So you cannot get that done. The trade for Falk didn't work out. Things fell apart down the stretch, and we're at a 10th straight year missing the playoffs. Here's where I'm going to try to end this on a positive note right now. Moritz Seider and Lucas Raymond are the core and future of this team. I think you can probably add Simon Edvinsson to that, those three. The team's core is starting to emerge, and Moritz Seider is leading your blue line, and Lucas Raymond is leading your forward core. Alex DeBrincat, absolute MVP for this team, and I hope they can keep him for a long time because I love watching him play. The veterans are going to have to start moving on, and the young players are going to have to take over. And at the front of the line is Moritz Seider. I do believe he's going to be your next captain and lead this team. This is a tough day, but I still believe the future is bright for the Red Wings. There are going to be some tough decisions, and it's going to be a difficult summer. But when I look at what Seider brings to the table, what Raymond brings to the table, and what we've started to see from Edvinsson, I'm genuinely excited about the next step forward. The team didn't get it done this year. Their goal was to make the playoffs. They didn't accomplish that goal. But good things are happening in Detroit, and good things are waiting in the pipeline. This is your 7-Minute Wings.